Hello, you amazing friends, and good morning and happy Monday. It is Monday, the 26th of June, when I'm doing this live, and I just want to say a big thank you and I appreciate you. Such an honor to have you with us, and I hope you've been well and hope you've been winning on every level. Now it's Monday, and the first thing I want to say is a big thank you all for the birthday wishes. Friday, the 23rd of June, was my birthday, which is very cool. And for those watching, Lassie's birthday is coming up. It is on the 2nd of July, just in next week, actually. So yeah, I just want to say it's great having you with us and I appreciate you. And I felt like doing a LinkedIn Live today. I usually do on Mondays if I'm around. And today's topic is why LinkedIn is good for you with your host, Edward Zia. Shirley Copper's in from Facebook. If you just come in, smash that like, share and comment, because what I do, my friends, is I keep an eye on the chat. So feel free to like, share, comment, say hello. And one of the big things I just love about LinkedIn, and this is one thing I really love about LinkedIn Live, is how beautifully it works on mobile phone. Because interesting, someone was actually talking to me about LinkedIn Live saying, Ed, why is running a LinkedIn Live better than a live webinar? And one of the key reasons is it works beautifully on mobile phone. That's how I keep an eye on all your comments. And I just want to say thank you again. And who have we got with us? We've got Shirley Copper on Facebook. Big welcome. We've got James Petroni from America. And oh my God, we've got Alex on Facebook from phone. And that's one of the beautiful things. It works so well on the phone. We've got 12 of you winners with us already. So I just want to say, love your work. And I'm just saying, I just left a post saying hello to you incredible people. Anthony Phillips, we love you, my friend. I've got my mobile phone open. So if I'm looking away, it's because I'm looking at my mobile phone and keep an eye on your comments. We've got Ted O'Shanassy from Facebook and Anthony Phillips. Anthony Phillips is a great guy. And while you're here as well, please feel free to listen to me. You should go for about half an hour talking about LinkedIn, but also feel free to network, share your website, connect with each other. It's such a pleasure having you with us. And I said, love your work. I meant love your work, which I'm putting in the comments. So I just want to say a big welcome. And thank you for all your birthday wishes. If you've just come in, this is your first time with us. Thank you. If you're a regular viewer, I just want to say how amazing you are, and also connect with Lassie as well. So here we are. We're going to talk about why LinkedIn is good for you with Edward Zia. And if you've got any questions, put them through. And while we're here as well, my legendary friends, if you've got any suggestions or questions or anything you want to know, pop them in the chat because I want to hear it. And I really appreciate you. We've got Rob Roytel with us. Rob Roytel, Anthony Phillips, we got the whole gang. I just want to say I appreciate you so very much. So why is LinkedIn good for you? And I've got reasons for it. And James Petroni makes a great point. We're all creators. It's how we choose to use the knowledge we have. James, well said, and that opens the discussion. Number one of the first reasons why LinkedIn is good for you, right? And I'll tell you where I'm coming from with this webinar. I've had this conversation a lot with people where a lot of people, and again, I hate to bash Facebook. I actually don't mind Facebook. Of course, LinkedIn's better, but I don't mind Facebook. But where a lot of people rightfully beat up Facebook is they say Facebook could be such a negative environment. And one of the first things I say about LinkedIn is LinkedIn's a positive environment. In fact, and this is the interesting part I find about it, is that if you actually read through their professional, like their user agreement, their professional, I think it's professional conduct policy, I've read it many times, it actually says straight up, LinkedIn is a positive environment. You're not allowed to say anything political or inflammatory. Now, some of you, not some of you, but listening, but some people have said to me, but Ed, isn't that censorship? Okay, well, if you have to wear pants out in public, I don't think that's censorship. So I see LinkedIn, I don't see censorship as a part of LinkedIn. To me, LinkedIn is more like work. It's like going to work, right? And you got to sort of take it from that point of view. And we've got with us, we've got Ken Dunner. Ken Dunner, big welcome. If you just come in, like, share, comment. Please also connect with Lassie as well. Ken Dunner, love you. We've got Maximilian. Maximilian, good seeing you, my friend. We've got Anna Trujillo, and we've got the whole gang. And James just said it straight up. Facebook is a time waster. Now, I'm actually going to defend Facebook. Really? Yeah, I'm going to defend Facebook for the moment. Hear me out, right? My view on Facebook has, we'll say, become a little bit more moderate. So I used to be very anti-Facebook, but I still used it. I've now moderated a little bit for two reasons. And this is coming from me. This is coming from me, a guy who said many things about Facebook. So I get over 150,000 views on Facebook every month. So that's not something, I want to complain about, right? But where I think Facebook has improved is I think the algorithm on Facebook is becoming fairer. And I think it's a good thing. Mark Zuckerberg is not as involved in the company. They've realized that every time Mark Zuckerberg says something, you lose market share. So they've sort of, I think they've tied them in the corner and gagged them, so to speak. But you are right. And again, at the end of the day, we're here to talk about LinkedIn. And this is, to me, where it comes from. A lot of people will start the conversation negatively in that, Ed, I've just had trouble on Facebook and Instagram. First thing I say is LinkedIn's a positive environment. And here's the thing, LinkedIn makes you feel good. Every time I open LinkedIn, I feel good. Okay. Facebook, I actually feel good because I've unfollowed all the negative stuff, but sometimes the negative stuff breaks through. And on Twitter, I don't always feel good when I open it. Twitter as well, again, it's more of a political platform, which is quite different. But to me, that's the core thing, is that it feels good. Opening it just feels good. And that's something that I really love. Number 2 is you're surrounded by great people. And I think that's very, very important. And again, that's what makes it good, because you are surrounded by great people. There are nothing but great and amazing people on Facebook, on LinkedIn. And that's funny. My Facebook connections are absolutely amazing as well, which I love. And James Petroni, you should be running this live. He's got all the one-liners, but James Petroni, James Petron. I'm sorry, correct pronunciation. James Petron. LinkedIn is a vehicle to the realization of what people are really worth. My God, I wish that was my talking point. There you go. And what they are worth is everything you put into them. James Petron, you should be running this live. You're saying it better than me. So James Petron, you're in the zone. Big thank you. And Shirley Copper says you have to feel positive, not negative people. And Chester Swanson says good evening from Texas. And that's welcome, Chester, all the way from Texas. Big thank you. If you just come in, smash that like, share, and comment. Tell me where you're from, because I want to hear about you. Tell me where you're from. And like, share, comment, connect with Lassie as well. But you're surrounded by great people. And that's, to me, is really good, because one thing I found, I think this is, because the thing is, I developed a really strong anti-Facebook viewpoint, and now I've come back and become a bit moderate on it. I'm now sort of neutral, you would say, to Facebook. And where the I think, viewpoint came from was negativity. That was other users being negative on Facebook, which has been a real problem. And the other source of negativity was the negativity I felt from the company itself. And that over time turned me from someone who used to be quite positive over Facebook, and it eventually flipped me into someone who was actually quite angry at Facebook for a while, which is very, very crazy. And to me, they bring it back to LinkedIn. Pardon me, use a negative point to justify my positive point here, but you're surrounded by great people. And that's one of the key things that I think is incredible about the platform that we call LinkedIn, which is just fantastic. And James Petron is from Massachusetts. Are you anywhere near Boston? Because Fallout 4 is set in Boston, Massachusetts, the Commonwealth, they call it. And this is one of the other things I love about LinkedIn. It's like I'm definitely becoming a LinkedIn shill. No, I'm not a LinkedIn shill. I'm just merely telling you the truth. So this is not sellout Ed. This is real Ed who loves LinkedIn. One of the key things is you can control what you see and what you don't. And that is, to me, very good. Now, truth be told, there are a few rotten eggs on LinkedIn. There are a few. But here's the thing that I like about it. It's very heavily moderated. And I'll use this example that I love using all the time, right? And a lot of you will know, I can't bring it up exactly because privacy reasons, but I talk about this quite a bit. And the reason why I talk about this quite a bit is, to me, the reaction to this real negative post, to me, is what's so good about LinkedIn culture and why I think it's such a great platform. And I'll use this as an example. Now, you remember I've made reference to this many times because it was just such a big impact. Oh, who hit that like? Oh, my God, we've got Peter Nathan with us. Peter is from the Gold Coast. Peter Nathan, big welcome. Yeah, and Anthony Phillips is right. Negativity of some people on LinkedIn is an issue. And you're absolutely correct. There are a few rotten eggs on LinkedIn, unfortunately. But there is a good thing. There is some good news there, which I'm going to go through. And we've got Anna Tudrilis from Guatemala. Wow, welcome. I always find, actually, this time that we do fits with your evening well, and for those in North America and South America. But this is the big thing to me that I love about LinkedIn is, yes, there's some negativity there, but you can control what you see and what you don't see. And that's what I'm trying to say is that LinkedIn has a really good unfollow functionality. You can block people as well. And once you unfollow things, it sort of gets removed from your world, which is just fantastic, right? And if there's someone in particular bothering you, you can get rid of it. I'll explain to you one of my biggest problems on the platform. My biggest problem on the platform, people very rarely abuse me, right? The problem that I get is more spam. So what I'll do is I'll put a post up on LinkedIn and then people start spamming. And I don't mean you guys, by the way. So please say hello and share your link. So I just want to make this clear. If it's you're listening, please like, share, comment. Please share your website right now. Please connect with each other. So this comment's not aimed at you, so please don't interpret it that way. But where the problem is sometimes you get really, like, not spam, but more scams. I'll call it scam spam, where it's like, clearly it's some kind of scam and they leave those really, really big posts. So that's the biggest problem that I get. And every day I'm usually blocking 3 or 4 people and reporting them for leaving more scammy spam, if you know what I mean, right? So that's what I'm getting at. So please share your website links and say hello and connect with each other. Of course, the comments are aimed at you. Now, that's to me the good thing. Now, the story I love, so Guatemala is in Central America. Very cool. I apologize for my complete ignorance. So thank you. Shirley Copper agrees. I better check out a map after this because my knowledge of North, Central, and South America is obviously awful. So I'm going to check out a map after this. And there you go. So Guatemala and Central America. There you go. Share your links, keep networking. What I say with all the LinkedIn lives I do, please use this as a networking event as much as listening to Edward Zia tell you about the virtues of LinkedIn. And oh my God, we got Christiana T. Johnson with us. Christiana, big welcome. Love having you with us. You've just come in. Happy Monday. Just want to say a quick thank you for all the birthday wishes on Friday. And it's Lassie's birthday next week on the 2nd of July. So keep that in mind. Make sure you connect with Lassie too. Now, the story I love telling all the time because it gets you thinking on a deeper level, right? Oh my God, it's 2 a.m. Oh my God, Christiana's on at 2 a.m. in the UK. Christiana, your dedication is amazing. Now, one of the key things was this post that we saw from some time back. And what the post was that, and a lot of you know what I'm talking about. This person took a photo of a vulnerable person, right? A vulnerable person on the street, and wrote this really weird long post about how they helped this vulnerable person, but it was all basically all about how wonderful they are as a human being. So it was the ultimate narcissistic virtue signal, right? It was just completely off the planet, right? And this is, to me, the negative reaction is what made me feel positive about LinkedIn for 2 reasons. So I think, again, I got to watch what I say because it is a live stream, but this person claimed, and I say claimed in this post, that I just helped this person from ending it. And basically I'm wonderful for all these reasons. And it came, now, whether this person was telling the truth or not, right? The whole thing came across as a narcissistic virtue signal, right? It just did not sound well. And everyone panned it. So LinkedIn, I didn't touch it, right? Because I don't need to pour petrol in a raging dumpster fire. But what was interesting is that everyone rejected it. LinkedIn just people on LinkedIn said, no, this is terrible. This is against LinkedIn terms and conditions, which it was if you actually read them. And a lot of people are even tagging in LinkedIn saying, LinkedIn, can you please remove this post? And I think within a day or two, LinkedIn removed the post, right? And the thing is, it wasn't openly like illegal stuff, but just the narcissistic negativity of it. And what that actually gave me a lot of faith in LinkedIn, because when you do something wrong, well, no, let's say when, if you do something wrong on LinkedIn, right? And usually it's not, I don't mean you make a mistake. If you intentionally do something wrong on LinkedIn, LinkedIn is like an immune system. All the people on LinkedIn are like an immune system. They'll just attack you and squeeze you out, right? And that's what I really love. And that reaction gave it to me. On Facebook or Twitter, I'm sure it'll be much more, there'll be a lot of people supporting that narcissistic logic. But what I loved is how LinkedIn just said, no, we're not having this. Away you go, which is fantastic. And what the person should have done was just delete their post. That's what they should have done. They should have, let's say they made a mistake, they should have just hit the delete key. No, they didn't hit the delete key. And what they were doing was they started fighting with people. So the person who actually did the post was abusing people, rightfully pointing out the nastiness of what they're doing. So it was quite an interesting situation, which is, there we go. That's crazy. But my point is that LinkedIn is a positive space. When negative things happen, they do happen on LinkedIn, is you've got really good blocking and reporting functionality, and a lot of people will defend you as well. So I remember, what was it? It was actually quite a while ago. I had some person do this weird racial rant against, and this doesn't, I'm not trying to bring up the racism card here or anything, right? Because I don't really care about that sort of thing. I just carry on. So I come from an Arabic background, big deal. And this person said all this weird racist stuff about me, right? In this weird long post. Now, what was interesting is that they said it overnight, and I didn't see it till the morning. Everyone attacked this person saying all this weird racist stuff about my Arabian and religious background, which we won't go into here. But again, I don't really care about that. But it was just fascinating. It was LinkedIn jumped to my defense. And if you're one of those people, big thank you. Yeah, and it's interesting actually. Oh, hey, Legia, welcome. Got Legia Ballista with it. Are you related to Ballista? You know, the MMA guy, Guardians of the Galaxy. What's his first name? Is it David Ballista? You know, the guy from Guardian of the Galaxy. And and guess what? Lassie has shared her birthday fundraiser in the chat. You should be able to see it in the chat. Make sure you check out Lassie's birthday fundraiser and dig deep, which is fantastic. So we've got Legia. Are you the sister of the legendary David? I think it's David Ballista. Anyway, I love that guy, the MMA guy who's in Guardians of the Galaxy. And Gregory Austin's here. Gregory Austin says that, well, LinkedIn is a much more evolved platform over Facebook, Twitter. Exactly. And it's what it is that it's the terms and conditions and the management that bring it all together because Legia Ballista says, no, I'm not. Everyone asks that. Is it David Ballista? Like, great guy. I think he's MMA fighter. And then, of course, now it's probably a bit like The Rock, Dwayne Johnson. He started off as an MMA. Is it? A few of them did. You got John Cena. Is it David Ballista? Pardon me if I got it wrong. I should know that. I think Van Damme's a classic example as well, which is all very, very good. James Patron shared a great quote. Faith whispered to the warrior, you can't handle the storm. The warrior whispered back, I am the storm. That sounds almost like June. Anyone into June here? I like June. I haven't even seen the new ones yet, but I just like June. So there you go. And David Ballista is in June. He plays Rabban the Beast Harkonnen. Or in the new June, they say Harkonnen. So original June was Harkonnen, but now they call it Harkonnen. But I prefer Harkonnen. Oh, James Patron knows what I'm talking about. Is it David Ballista? Anyway, I'm here to talk about LinkedIn, not my love for David Ballista, which is very cool. But I guess Jackie Chan and Jet Li and Van Damme were some of the earlier fighters. Probably Jackie Chan was one of the first. Oh, Bruce Lee would have been. It's a crossover from fighting into acting, which is very cool. But you can control what you see and what you can't see. Tanagram, welcome. If you just come in, like, share, comment. Got any questions about LinkedIn or Dave Ballista, ask me. And also, too, my friends, tell me where you're from. I want to hear where you're from. Is it anyway? After this, I'm gonna do some research on good old Ballista, Batista. Anyway, I don't know what I'm talking about clearly. David Grove, thank you for saving me. Number 4, you can put out great content to attract opportunities. This is to me one of the big. This is probably what got me into LinkedIn originally. Was that originally I used to be a real Facebook guy, and in all fairness, Facebook definitely had its golden age. And in the golden age of Facebook, I was getting like 10, 20,000 views a day, right? And then Facebook decided to end their golden age, and that 10, 20,000 views a day went to 200 views a day, which sucked. And then eventually I then decided to make LinkedIn my new home, which, and credit to Lassie, I wish I would have done it way earlier, but there you go. But what it was is that the thing that attracted me to LinkedIn is that if you put out great, relevant content, you can attract business opportunities. So be it you're an employee, right, and you want to, be it you're more career driven and you want to get a job, get a new job, get a promotion, you got some great opportunities there. Or the other one is as well, my amazing friends. The other move you can totally make is that you can attract clients, right? And for example, with these LinkedIn Lives, one of the things that's really rewarded me about these LinkedIn Lives is, now I get leads from this. So every time I do a LinkedIn Live, a few of you awesome winners will come sign up and join with us. So with quick sales pitch, it's time for Sell Out Edward. So quick sales pitch, my legendary friends. I'm a LinkedIn accredited trainer, along with Lassie. We run a high-value business network. We run fantastic LinkedIn influencer workshops every month. If you're interested in a LinkedIn influencer workshop, check out edwardzia.com or just send me a message. I'll share it with you. And we've also got a fantastic ongoing LinkedIn influencer mentoring program. So again, to learn more, just type in edwardzia.com. Check that out, or just send me a message and we'll get everything sorted out. And I will send you the detail. And Rachel Elliott's come in. So Dave Bautista, I think it's Bautista, was a wrestler, now actor. Oh, I can't stand correct. I thought it was MMA. Pardon me, I'm completely wrong. There you go. I'm actually going to read up on him after this. So I'm going to get now we're talking about him, I'm going to get my facts straight. So when I do my next live, I'm going to be all up to date with Dave. I'm going to go through his Wikipedia and everything. But no, great guy though. I just love his vibe and energy, which is fantastic. Certainly would. And he was anyone here see the recent Blade Runner film? That was fantastic. So you had in the opening sort of, was it prologue? Prologue, yep. In the opening prologue, it set up the film. Dave Bautista helped set up that film beautifully. So I think it was so Ryan Gosling and Dave Bautista, fantastic opening the film. It made you appreciate Blade Runner on a deeper, more emotional level. Let's carry on talking about LinkedIn, but you can put out great content to attract opportunities, which is fantastic. And here's the other bit as well. This, I think a lot of you will agree. Some people might disagree, but if you're disagreeing, you probably want to be listening to Edward Zia. I've had a few. LinkedIn. Okay, I know LinkedIn's a bit buggy, but at the end of the day, LinkedIn is just as robust as Facebook or Instagram, so it works most of the time. Right, most of the time. Please touch wood, touch wood, touch wood, touch wood. But LinkedIn works most of the time pretty well. You get a few bugs every now and then, but to me, it's on par with, like, I use Facebook quite a bit too, especially more for keeping in touch with my network. And there's a lot of bugs on Facebook too, because I had this viewpoint that was incorrect, that I thought was LinkedIn was very buggy and Facebook wasn't that buggy. But now I've been spending more time on Facebook. I think Facebook's more buggy. So it's on par with the other platforms. There's no disadvantage there, which is fantastic. And I think they're very fair with their rules. And that rules, obviously, no one likes rules, right? But it's the rules that make everything work and works beautifully. And we've got a few shares. If you just come in, like, share, comment. We've got James Patron says it works most of the time. That's fantastic. We've got Ashok Batrashira, like, great name, by the way. Sorry if I murdered it. Huge fan of Rena Strill. Me too. Actually, we'll give Rena a call after this. Rena Strill is actually one of our friends in Perth, Western Australia. She ran a fantastic, she runs her monthly networking events, and they're like a mastermind sort of group. They're really good. She did a great job on Friday. I'm actually due to give her a shout out today, which I'm very excited about. But, love Rena Strill. I know Rena's not watching because she's busy at work, but if you know Rena Strill, connect with Rena Strill and tell her I sent you. She's amazing. And James Patron says, light attracts light. Oh, I missed one from David Grove. David Grove said before, still in the USA, oh, you're coming back to Australia. So David's, oh, wow, David's overseas in the US. It's very, very cool. And we've got Charlotta with us from Facebook. Charlotta's one of our friends from our Sydney meetups. Amazing lady. Charlotta, great seeing. If you just come in, smash that like, share, comment, and max love to you. And again, we've got fantastic LinkedIn influencer workshops. We run them every month, and we've got an amazing influencer program for LinkedIn. So if you want to take off a LinkedIn, send me a message afterwards, or check out edwardzia.com to see our whole ecosystem. And Lassie's really good, James Patron. Lassie's been amazing. In fact, Lassie, doing that one. Lassie, we had the most fantastic, it was my birthday on Friday, but I was out of town working, which is fun. But Lassie was fantastic. We had the best birthday celebrations over the weekend. And also, too, Lassie has got her women's network on Wednesday. Actually, a bit of an announcement with Lassie as well. A few cool announcements. She wouldn't mind me saying this. So two things is that Lassie, so every 6 weeks, like 5-6 weeks, Lassie will run her Boss Ladies Lunch. So if you're a wonderful lady from Sydney or visiting Sydney, reach out to Lassie. She's actually got one on this Wednesday. So this Wednesday, I think it's 11:30, but speak to Lassie. She's got her Boss Ladies Lunch, which is fantastic. And to help support the international community, she's starting a Zoom as well. She's going to have Boss Ladies Zoom, like basically 3 weeks Boss Ladies Zoom, and 3 weeks later have her her lunch. So something every month to support you wonderful ladies out there. So if you are, now we've got the Zoom. So be it you're from around the world or Sydney, reach out to, and you're a wonderful lady, reach out to Lassie and ask her what she's got, and she will look after you. So absolutely fantastic, which is great. So no, Lassie's wonderful, and credit to Lassie. Lassie's women's network has been absolutely wonderful. And I think LinkedIn, look, I've had a few people say, Ed, I've shared some political stuff on LinkedIn and they've censored me, and I'm not happy with it. But they're not censoring those people, but they're censoring me. Okay. LinkedIn is not the place for politics or debating political issues. And here's the key thing, right? Whether you're on the left, on the right, or on the center, if you start saying something that's too political or controversial, you might have problems. They might delete your comments, they might take down the post, or they might even disable your account if you say something that's really egregious, right? But I think they're quite fair with their rules, okay? I think they're quite fair with the rules, because think of LinkedIn as a classy hotel / the workplace. You wouldn't go into your workplace unless you want to get fired and start mouthing off about your views on religion or, what people do in their private time, right? You want to do that because rightfully you'll be in HR half an hour later and you'll be out the door 15 minutes after that, escorted by security. So that's a key thing. And I think a lot of people forget that. I think a lot of people look at LinkedIn and they take a Twitter mindset to LinkedIn. Please, if you're quite political, which I am too, by the way, I get it, save that for LinkedIn. Correction, don't save that for LinkedIn. No, I withdraw that statement. I misspoke. Save that for Twitter. Elon Musk's Twitter is a great point. LinkedIn is great for poetry. No way. James Patron says great for poetry. There you go. I know nothing about poetry other than you're just amazingly beautiful. And I'm trying to rhyme, but I can't. Apparently, ChatGPT is great for writing poems. In fact, should we try writing a LinkedIn poem? Should I write a I love LinkedIn poem with ChatGPT? Put up your hand if Ed should load up ChatGPT and come up with an I love LinkedIn poem, because I'll do it, right? I don't know if it'll work, but I'll do it. So if you want me to come up with an I love LinkedIn poem, I'm going to do it. Just let me know and I'll punch it in ChatGPT. But only if someone asks. Because if you think it's a dumb idea, don't ask. It might be a dumb idea. LinkedIn Lives and webinars. I keep bringing this up because what was interesting, and again, the thing about Edward Zia is Edward Zia will always tell you the truth, even if it doesn't make him look good. That's the thing about Edward Zia, right? A man of integrity, even when it bites. I'm a man of integrity, probably at times where it's not very intelligent being a man of integrity, but I much always lean the integrity direction than the deceit direction. But what was interesting was that over the past few months, I was like, I'm missing something on LinkedIn. There's something just missing from my LinkedIn experience. And it was really bothering me. And I did a bit of research and thinking, I said, you know what? If I look at my whole LinkedIn experience, I'm missing out on the lives. That's the bit that I'm just not there with. I was just missing out on the lives. And I had a big think about things. And I said, you know what? I need to get my LinkedIn lives going. And it took me a few months to sort of really work out the format, right? How to actually do it. And this format has just been such a hit. I did the first one, I think this is week 3 now, week three now. And the format's been fantastic. It took me, it's actually an update of the original format I used to use some years ago when I did webinars. So I updated it to suit the modern environment. But what to me makes LinkedIn also very powerful is the ability to do LinkedIn Lives. And I'll give you some context. If you're running live webinars or anything like that, right? If you're running live webinars. For years, I used to use GoToWebinar. It cost $150 a month. That's all you had in those days. And no, $100 a month, maybe, I can't remember. But you had to work to fill it. So in other words, when you're running a live webinar, right, you have to invite people, you have to work to fill it, right? So I'd work my butt off to get 20 people there. Sure, I get clients in that, but I work my butt off to get 20 people there. Now I can just jump on once I get dressed and put on my purple top. Do you like my LinkedIn meetup lanyard? What do you think? Isn't that cool? And I borrowed this from my daughter. She wants it back. Just matches my top. This is official LinkedIn lanyard. Love LinkedIn. Love LinkedIn. Thank you, Tori Benzie, for giving me that one. But it's the thing is that if I'm going to use Zoom webinar or GoToWebinar, I'll have to work my butt off to get 20 people there. With LinkedIn Live, I just jump on, and right now I've got 15 of you live. Thank you, by the way. 16 now. I don't do any prep. Actually, no, hang on a sec. If I add in Facebook, I would have probably over 25 live all up, right? At once, right? At once. But what's interesting is that if I leave it for a few days, a LinkedIn Live, it will go to 2,000 views, right? So if I do a live webinar using the older GoToWebinars or even Zoom webinar, I'd work my butt off to get 20 people, and then I get recording out there. So much work for the return. LinkedIn Live, I'd be an idiot not to do them. You just jump on, hit the go live key. So now LinkedIn Lives aren't for anyone. Running live webinars aren't for anyone. But if it is for you and you're using another platform, just use LinkedIn Live. It's free. So use StreamYard. So you connect your StreamYard to it, and it's fantastic. There you go. James Patron says, if you can sing a song and carry along, you can write poetry. Now, I hate to say, I want to do the LinkedIn poem. Give me a second. I'm just going to bring up ChatGPT. I've got to write a LinkedIn poem. That'll be funny. I'll share my daily I love LinkedIn poem. I'm just going to log in. So bear with me. I'm just on my PC now. ChatGPT. So I'm logging in now. And I'm saying, please write me a poem on how much I love LinkedIn. Let's just pop that into ChatGPT. Let's have a look. That's a bit long. Oh my God, it's really good, but it's really long. Please make it shorter. It's actually really good. Are you ready for the poem, friends? In a realm of careers, a shining light, LinkedIn connects day and night, a platform where dreams take their stance, advancing careers, forging a new chance. Damn, this is good. Profiles adorned with achievements grand, linking minds across the land. Damn, this is good. I couldn't. You could hold a. This is amazing. This is amazing. Profiles adorned with achievements grand, linking minds across the land. It's quite a bit Lord of the Rings. Endless opportunities, a trusted crux, networking power we can't rebuff. My God. Recommendations and whispers serene, skills acknowledged, proud and keen. A stage for stories, a turning page. LinkedIn's embrace a digital stage. It's actually quite medieval. In this professional world, you shine bright. Love for LinkedIn, a guiding light. Oh my God, my next post is going to be, I'm just going to pop this into our Telegram group. It's actually really funny. Oh, we got a private Telegram group. I just had to pump it in there because it's just hilarious. I'm going to do a post on that one. So there you go. So there you go. It's really good. Actually, I don't know if this will work. I'm just going to pump it in there. I don't know if that comment will come out. No, it won't. But I just pumped it in there. Yeah, I don't really use ChatGPT that much. We're going to say, I love LinkedIn. It's a real win. It's a tool and has its rules, but when we get it right, it brings us light. So this is when we let LinkedIn light begin. Rachel Elliott from Facebook. Good seeing you, Rachel. Rachel says, Edward, you need to be very specific with ChatGPT says, and always say thank you. Okay, I'll say thank you. I always say please. You're right. I need to be. I always say, hi, ChatGPT, can you please? There you go. But you're right. I don't actually say thank you to ChatGPT, which is not good manners. How dare me? How dare you? How dare you? That's Greta Thunberg. Greta. How dare you steal my dreams? Anyone know what I'm talking about? I'm a bit of a Greta fan, which is really good. Yeah, 10 says right. So that's really good. So I'm going to share. It's called a LinkedIn love poem, which is I'm gonna share this. After I do the live, I'm going to do a post on it. I think it's kind of funny, which is really good. But yeah, LinkedIn Lives and webinars are fantastic, which is all very, very good. And just a quick time from Sellout Ed, just a few quick things. You've just come in, smash that like, share, comment. If you're interested in our LinkedIn Influencer Mastery workshops, just reach out to me. Also, too, we've got a fantastic LinkedIn Influencer Program business community. Check out edwardzia.com or just send me a message and we'll get you all sorted out. You'll be very, very, very happy. Rachel Elliott, you are an amazing lady and love your work. If just come in, please say hello. If you've got any questions, let me know. And we'll finish up soon, by the way. So we'll finish up soon. So if any, as I try to finish up after about half an hour. So we will finish up soon, which is just fantastic. Also, too, you can, and this is exactly obviously what I've done and what Lassie and I've done. We advocate. You can use it to go big and win big. And this is one of the big frustrations I had. And this is about Facebook. I had a vision of becoming some kind of global influencer, which obviously I achieved, and thank you for helping me get there. And I could never do it with Facebook. And when I ported to LinkedIn, within like 3 to 6 months, I achieved on LinkedIn what I always dreamt of achieving on Facebook. I always want to be a big global influencer. I want to reach more people, that type of thing. And LinkedIn gave me the means to do it, where Facebook did not, right? Interestingly, now Facebook has actually helped me out. I now get 150, actually now do really well on Facebook. But at the time it didn't, because what Facebook did at the time was I started getting some traction on Facebook. Then they changed the algorithm. I was dead. But then after a few months, then ported across to LinkedIn, which is fantastic. So to me, you can use it to win big. So there you go. We're going to finish up shortly. If you've got any questions, pump them in. I'm just going to do a quick recap and just say to you a few things. We have spoken about why LinkedIn is good for you with Edward Zia. It is. It's a positive environment. You're surrounded by great people. You can control what you see and what you don't want to see. Yes, there's some troublemakers on LinkedIn, but Microsoft doesn't like them as much as we don't, and you can manage it well. Again, the biggest problem I deal with is spam and scams, but LinkedIn has dropped the hammer. Actually, I forgot to mention as well, I don't know if you got the email from LinkedIn, but LinkedIn, my follower count went down by, I think, 1,000 or 2, something like that. Might have been a bit more. But what LinkedIn is doing is that LinkedIn is removing like fake accounts and disabled accounts. So I lost a few thousand, like maybe 1,000. I could be wrong. I should double check. Let's say 1,000 for argument's sake. But it's totally cool because they're all the junky accounts, which is fantastic. You can also put out great content to attract opportunities. It's quite robust and fair with their rules. You can do LinkedIn Lives and webinars, and you can use it to go big and win big. And enjoy my LinkedIn Love poem as well. I won't read it out again because I think you've all had enough, which is fantastic. So, friends, I just want to say a big thank you. Thank you for tuning into my lives. And I just want to say that you are absolutely on point, and I really, really appreciate you. So thanks again. Love your work all. Race, Saran, great seeing you. And by the way, if you've got any LinkedIn questions, just message me. And again, talk to me about our workshops and programs. We'd love to have you with us, and we promise to look after you, and you'll be very happy. Thanks all. Happy Monday. Max love to you. Oh, and before I forget as well, we've got our networking Zoom tonight, Monday, Australian Eastern Standard Time. And make sure if you're a lovely lady from Sydney, reach out to Lassie to ask her about a Boss Ladies lunch on this Wednesday in Sydney. Max love to you, winners. Stay awesome. Happy Monday, and I love your work.